what's amazing about our hierarchy now, our hierarchy is a lot bigger outside of Utah by far than it is inside Utah. Now, how about that, right? I started when we haven't moved, but if you look at the production, last month, our hierarchy did just about 350,000 premium, right? 350,000 premium. Now, if you add up the premium that was done in this room, it's not even, maybe 150, probably done the team over here, right? Which is exciting for you guys that are new. And you have people starting to move to go different places and stuff. You can actually start getting really big, right? I mean, Jeff Dielstad came up with this crazy. First off, he had the idea to go to Boise, Idaho, and he went to Boise and started things there. Now Boise's got 2 base shops. Last month, the one that Casey Smith did like 50 recruits and 49, and then Andrew Spadell. And last month was Casey Smith's biggest month ever in total premium. She did over 52,000 premium on her team, right? And Casey's a little bit like Mark Nichols, right? She took a bit of a bump a couple of years ago, but she's back, and she's now at an all-time high, right? And then Jeff Dielstad got this crazy idea. Just when he had things really cooking in Boise, he decides to go. He said he doesn't want to live in Boise long term, right? So he went to Las Vegas. And he started from scratch in Vegas. I mean, scratch. And last month, his base shop, just his base in Vegas did 60,000. And then he's got RVPs down there like Karen Rosquist and a bunch of other ones. They probably did about, 80 grand plus in Vegas, right? And then Brandon's got the Pintos in Texas, right? They're doing some great things. We've got people like the Alvarez in California that 12,000 a month, right? So here in Salt Lake, this is where the hierarchy goes born, right? We need some base shops over here that really start stepping up, some leaders. Don't wait for your RVP to build your team, right? If your RVP is rich and has done their thing or whatever, like if you're my base shop, right? My kids, right? They're listening, or whoever's in my base shop comes in here, right? And I'm busy, right? And we got trips to go on. I gotta go to the World Cup and that kind of thing. If you're waiting for me to build your business, you might wait a while. You don't need your upline to build your business. I think a lot of people are waiting for their upline to do something to help their business get better. They're just thinking, I was direct to Brandon Neal. I mean, things would work out pretty good. You know what I mean? Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm Chris, by far, Chris Howard's biggest person, by far. We're 70% of Chris Howard's hierarchy plus, right? Chris went on 2 appointments with me total, ever. 2. And then all the information he pretty much gave me on outside appointments turned out to be incorrect. Right? You guys heard this story, right? So, I come up to Salt Lake, I go, so, how do you do things? He didn't tell me you have to have a non-resident license, right? He didn't tell me there's like different life apps. Don't look at the screen, by the way, guys. I know it's hard to not look at the screen, right? So he didn't tell me that there was like Nevada life apps and like Utah life apps. So my first 7 policies, I went out with 7 policies, and I did I need the money on those policies? Oh my gosh, I needed like yesterday, like 2 months ago. So I'm sending these apps, I can't wait for this check. First off, we had the paychecks, the apps, we had to mail the apps to Chris Howard's office in Vegas, and then they used to mail them in from there. They had to photocopy them, file them, mail them, so there was a little apps delay time, right? Then they get to home office, then next minute I find out that the company rejected all the apps because it wasn't a Utah app, right? So those apps all came rejected back. So that's crazy. So I told Chris, why don't you tell me there's like different apps? He goes, you don't ask. I'm like, wouldn't I know a Christian didn't ask that question, right? So then what happens is I go and I get the right apps and I redo those same set of clients and get them working up and send them in, and the company rejects them all again because they say, well, where's your non-resident license in the state of Utah? I'm like, Chris didn't tell me about how to get that done either, right? So my upline wasn't helping at all, right? He went on 2 appointments, but you know what? We still built a really big business. Brandon Neal's the youngest $1 million earner ever in Parker's history. I went on no appointments with Brandon. I've never been in a with Brandon, not one, right? But his trainer went on like a couple, right? And they were, what did you learn on those couple appointments, right? Nothing, right? So, what's that? One had a whole life policy and it wasn't going to get replaced, right? So, yeah, so you find a lot of people that became leaders. You ask them what the outline did for them, you'll find that the pyramid did nothing, right? I don't know, maybe it's Saad made him successful, I don't know, maybe you'll hear from him later, right? But probably, what we need people in this room over here, what I was saying, is you can go out and build a $30, $40, $50,000 space shop starting today without any help from your upline. Right? You can do it. You know? We did it without an office. Anyway, Peter, you working on that there? Is that still, how's that going down? It's going? I wouldn't, you don't need to go to iTunes at all.
You want to try it?
You don't need iTunes. For Apple, you don't need iTunes. Just go to General, go to your network. Sorry, guys. And to go to this Wi-Fi over here. It should show up working with something. Where it is, whichever one is the office we normally use, and then just put the network password, which is 801. It's the phone number at the office, right? We're just deducting this off Steve's time. What's that? It doesn't. But he can't block the screen while we're doing that. So anyway. What's that? We're good? Is it connecting now?
I've done this 5 times.
You've done this 5 times? Okay. So is that the right Wi-Fi? Did you get the right router from the office? No, it won't work on Apple. So you don't need a network, you don't need internet. No, you don't need internet for Apple TV. No, just Wi-Fi, you don't need internet. Just Wi-Fi. So, anyway. Alright, so we'll just put that number one more time and then we'll it's not, you know what's happening is that's not the right password for that. Is this right? Is this the main number? Is that the right password or we've doing it for that? It's,